Hello, my name is Mike Stone and I'm a recently retired museum curator and associate of the Cruise Lecturers Association. Most of my 40-year working career has been spent working in the fields of archaeology, history, tourism and lecturing. After graduation from the University of London, I specialise in the Roman and Saxon periods. I've spent about 30 years working and directing archaeological excavations in Italy, the south of France, London and the southwest, along with lecturing at further education colleges, Bath Spa, Bristol and Bournemouth universities. I've also lectured widely to adults both in the UK and Europe. Recently, I was the guest speaker on a cruise boat along the Nile in Egypt. The last 10 years of my working life was as a curator-manager of a brand new museum in Chippenham, Wiltshire. A highlight was the official opening in 2001 by His Royal Highness Prince Philip. Since retirement, I have been working as a part-time guide and tour manager for a variety of travel companies in the UK and Europe. I've also written and published 6 books on history and have appeared on BBC Points West TV, BBC Radio 4, BBC Blood of the Vikings TV series and have made numerous local radio broadcasts on history and archaeology. My offered presentations are based on my working experiences and reflect both my passion and interest in communicating to others my love of the past. My first presentation is on ancient Egypt, lost and found. Everyone knows a lot about Egypt, but just how do we really understand the monuments, the temples, the pharaohs and the writing? My presentation will show you how, through archaeology, we have rediscovered this long-lost civilization. My second presentation is on great cities of the ancient world. There are lots of these, and some of them come down to us with remarkable preservation. Obviously, the city of Rome is the largest of all the ancient cities, full of monuments. Second one, of course, is Pompeii, which was covered by a volcanic eruption. There's also Lepkis Magna in North Africa. Here we can see what it was like to live in the ancient world. My third presentation is on something we all do. It's called tourism. But it has a very long history, for the ancient Romans and the Greeks planned their itineraries, went on boats and ships, and just like us, they visited the ancient world in Egypt and Asia Minor. My next presentation is on the life and times of the Vikings. They have a really bad press, but are they as bad as people say? We will look at the history of them, the archaeology, which gives us a fairly balanced but sometimes unusual picture of a really interesting but long-lost civilization. My next presentation is something we're all familiar with. We all drink, we all eat. But where do all those table manners come from? Where do the foods come from? The cultural story of food is a fascinating one worthy of explanation. Now, we're all travelling on a large liner, but it had to begin somewhere, and of course the famous English engineer Isambard King-Brunel built what is arguably the first passenger liner. It was called the SS Great Britain, and this laid the foundation for all later cruise liners, even unto today. My final presentation is on your ancestors and their occupations. An example being working in a tannery. You might have the name Mr. Tanner or Mr. Walker or Mr. Barker. The story of our surnames often reflects what our ancestors did in the past. This is a range of some of the presentations I can give. I can also be quite flexible and can tailor-made presentations to fit cruise requirements. Thank you for your time.